it's me. How are you today? Hope you are well. It is just 3 o'clock. Well, just coming up to 3 o'clock. I would check to see if I've gone live, but I stupidly just asked my phone to do an update. So fingers crossed someone joins me. It's thinking about my update's nearly done. So today we are going to be using Super Cool, which I have to say there is a story behind why I'm using this. My lovely upline, when she was going through the catalogue, looked at it and kind of went, why? So to me, that's a challenge. Hello, Deborah. So yes, for me, that is a challenge. So now I have to do some cards to show why it's a good idea. Let me flip the camera down. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Yep. So Super Cool is on page 28 of your annual catalogue. Hello, Linda. And I'm going to do a bit of a case-ish, sort of, a bit. Because I quite like the look of this card up here, which has got cross-hatching, but very regular. Oh, my phone is updating. Excellent. Note to self, never update your phone when you're about to go live. Hello, Beverly. Hello, Joanna. Oh, no. Tooth abscess, not nice. Hello, Jan from Cornwall. Is it sunny down there? I hope it is. Because it's sunny up here. So if you're down in Cornwall and the weather's up here where your normal home is, that would be interesting. Hello, Priscilla. So yes, page 28. I like this cross-hatching, so that's the first thing that I am going to do. Let me pop that down. So I have cut myself a piece of crumb cake card. So at the moment we are definitely casing, except this is rectangular and in the catalogue it's square. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, get rid of my cutting blade. Oh, Beverly, good. Well, hopefully you'll still be excited when I finish with it. Who knows? Hello, Jessie. So I'm going to basically score at every 1/4 inch. So this is going to be a bit like watching paint dry, but you know. So in the meantime, yes, and very windy. Oh, sorry, it's windy, except there are storms coming in, so that would explain why. So yes, let's give an update on what's going on in my life. What is going on in my life? Well, I'm about to send out my May kits in the mail. I know. I can only do up to 1.5 that way, so I've got to twist and go back the other way. But yes, because I was in Norway, I am a little behind. My thank you packs should hopefully be going out as well. I'm hoping to get everything in the post either today or first thing tomorrow. Then I've got a car boot sale on Saturday where I'm going to be selling some of my cards that I make when I'm on YouTube. So that's the first lot of scoring done. Oh, I haven't got that light on. Let's put that light on because it's not going to make any difference at all, but you know. Hello, Linda from Western Australia. Ooh, where in Western Australia? Because, I mean, there's Perth and there's not a huge amount else. Fremantle. I've been to Perth and Fremantle. I used to have relatives who lived in Perth, so I did go and visit them. So now I am going back the other way. This is, you know, laborious, but hey. So yes, I'm doing a car boot sale on Saturday. I'm definitely going to be trying to sell some of my cards that I've made online. Hello, Brenton. But I'm also going to get rid of some of my retired product, by which I mean not full packs. Mandura. Ooh, I don't know Mandura. I mean, the thing with Western Australia is it's basically half of Australia. But that there isn't a huge number of towns, I'm thinking. We did go down to the south coast when we were there, which was fun. We went to a few vineyards, which was great fun. Can I just say, love, I don't know if it's still a thing, love the idea of restaurants that don't have a license but allow you to bring your own bottle. What a great idea. So you can take the wine you want to drink as opposed to the wine that they've got, which may not be the same thing. Right, so those are my crosshatches, which are not showing up, but hopefully they will when I do the photograph. So that's my basic background, although it's my foreground as well, because it's going to go onto a piece of early espresso just to give it a bit of a pop. I have the notion of a boot sale. So exciting. Love the notion of a boot. Absolutely. It should be good fun. I'm hoping the weather's going to be nice, although I have been told it's being held at our local athletics club. By athletics, I mean football. We have to call it the athletics club because we're not allowed it to be. It's not allowed to just be football. In between Perth and Fremantle. Oh, okay. So I've probably been through it and not realised. Right, I'm going to use one of the, what do we call them? Nested Essential dies. These are they. There are these shapes. There's flags and there's rounded rectangles. Still has BYO restaurants. Good, because I loved them. So I'm going to cut an early espresso piece from the background that I'm going to use. But yeah, we don't really have BYO restaurants in the UK. You can take your own bottle of wine, but they charge corkage, which can be ridiculously expensive. And it's a flat amount. So yeah, not quite the same thing, but I did like that idea a lot. So we have our early espresso, we have our crumb cake that's got lots of hatching on it, although you can't really see it. So those two bits are going to go together. I'm going to put my ink strangely onto the early espresso, because if I put it onto the crumb cake, it's going to ink. It's glue, people, it's glue. I've just had my hair cut, and I think, like Samson, all my strength has gone. That and the fact I was at the gym this morning doing another of our hypertrophy sessions, which are killing, let it be said. Yes, some restaurants charge a corkage fee too. Okay, but we don't have the BYO bit really in the UK, and I would love that. So this is going to be probably there-ish, maybe up a bit. But I've got a piece of scrap Very Vanilla, because it's going on Very Vanilla, and I'm going to stamp and fussy cut the cola bottle. Now, I have prepped these in that they are on their backing. That is all I have done. So I am going to have to do a proper prep for them, by which I mean take off the whatever finish there was is now gone. I'm going to use early espresso. She says hopefully she has early espresso ink still in her thing, and I do. So yes, I was talking about the car boot sale. So I'm going to sell off kind of single sheets of retired card, single sheets of retired paper, bags of miscellaneous ribbon, that sort of thing, hopefully, just to get a few coffers in the pot. At the weekend, on Saturday indeed, again, because the car boot sale is on Saturday, I will be opening, I'm afraid for predominantly UK, just because it's postage, my buy one get one Facebook group. At the moment it is open to my team because they get first dibs, but I will be opening it from, I want to say Saturday, to everybody else. So the way that will work is that you decide what you want from my BYO. No, I've got BYO. Could someone please let me have my brain back? You decide what you want from my buy one get one free Facebook group, and you just put in a comment saying claimed, and which country you are from. It has to be a European country, I'm afraid. Then I tell you how much the postage is going to be and send you an invoice for that. And then you place an order at my online store using a specific host code for the same value as the items that you have claimed in my buy one get one, and I then send you your stuff, as in your freebies. So that will be going live on, I think it's Saturday. Hello Shaz. So this little bottle of cola is going to go on there, and it is going to go straight on, because this is going to go on to dimensionals, and I don't want this to cost an arm and a leg to post, just, you know, maybe an arm rather than the arm and the leg. Just want to make sure there's some on that little tricksy bit at the top, otherwise known as the straw. Haven't done the best job of fussy cutting, but never mind. So that's going to go on there, but I am going to wrap some ribbon round. I'm going to use the vanilla and gold. What's it called? Gold, apparently. So that's going to go round there, and I will probably tie another piece round it, and then we just need a sentiment and to put it onto a card base, and it will be done. Now, of course, because we've got stripes, I can line this up between the stripes, because we've got those bits that we embossed with the trimmer. I'm looking for that. So yes, that's my weekend, and in the meantime I've got to prepare everything to sell. The Athletics Club didn't announce it terribly early. In fact, they only announced that they were doing it earlier this week, which I think was a little bit tardy. But hey, I'm going to go, and they're putting an extension up, so this is partly to help them raise money for their extension, or indeed I think specifically their roof. So that's the ribbon. Let's get the card base. So half a sheet of Very Vanilla, just scored and folded. And obviously, if you're in North America, your Very Vanilla will be a slightly different size to those of us not in North America. I definitely need my brain putting back in. So I'm just going to pop some Seal Plus over the ribbon, because that traps it. Bit of glue. And if you are doing a die cut, why not use the thing that is going to be covered up? So the early espresso is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the crumb cake. Larger than the crumb cake. As I said, a brain would be nice. Hello, Chris. It's 12:15 in the morning. No, it's not bedtime. It's gone bedtime. Oh dear. But yes, we will have to stop meeting like this. So I'm going to have this so it is deliberately not meant to be in the middle. I just realised that it looks almost like it's supposed to be in the middle, and it's not. So let's make it very much that the ribbon is not meant to be in the middle of this, whatever shape it is. Octagon, but it's not a regular octagon. No, not octagon. Hexagon. But just not a regular hexagon. Right, okay. So let's pop this down. So I'm going to, as I say, have it deliberately up from that ribbon, and ideally square within the background. Then I'm not sure about adding another piece of ribbon, but I do need a sentiment, so I'm going to do You Are So Sweet, because cola is. You are so sweet. I've cleaned that so we can pop that back and pop that on and just rub it to get the thing, the release stuff off. And that's from the manufacturing process. They use a non-stick spray in the mold, and you do not want that on your stamp when you're stamping, because non-stick means it will not stick, which means it will not stick to anything, including ink. I'm going to get crumb cake, if I can find it. There we are. Crumb cake, because I'm going to have sweet in crumb cake, which will end up a funny colour on Very Vanilla, but I'm kind of cool with it. Actually, I'm going to go that way. I think my crumb cake needs re-inking. Yep, definitely. Crumb cake needs re-inking, you all. One of the cats is currently bringing a soft toy to me, which is ever so sweet, but ever so sweet. But yeah, that definitely needs re-inking. We might do a quick lesson in re-inking. You are. So this is early espresso. I'm going to go over to the right. I nearly said left. I don't know what's going on with my brain. I don't think it enjoyed the gym this morning. I have to say, the new workouts are amazing, but boy, are they tough. Ooh, and did you hear, this is a real sad thing. Did you hear, I'm just going to straighten that because that's a straight edge, but this clearly isn't. There's a new world record in the plank. If anyone knows what a plank is, that always helps. So it's where you hold yourself just on your elbows and your toes. So it's sort of like a press up, but it's static. The world record for men is now I wrote it down somewhere, 9 hours 38 minutes, and for women is 4 hours 19. Seriously, why would you do that? It's on your debate list. Second card I've seen that makes it more tempting. Oh, I'm glad it makes it more tempting. Hopefully it will continue to make it more tempting by the time I've finished it. So yes, I posted that. We have a Facebook group for those of us that do this training that I do. And I posted the fact that there's a new world record in the group. And basically everyone said, why would you do that? Hello, Claire. So yes, it's on the debate list. Now, I'm thinking, had I been clever, that would have been coming out from there, but I'm not that clever. So I'm just going to pop it down there. And I don't even think I'm going to pop it up. I think I'm just going to stick it on because I want this to be the main feature. I will add some embellishments. So this is very much a quick and easy card, apart from the scoring, which you could leave off. I mean, I can see it, but I can guess on camera you probably couldn't. Why would you do that? Do you know, there are certain things that we were more curious about. A, well, why would you do it? But B, there are certain bodily functions, shall we say, that you kind of think 9 hours? And then someone said, wouldn't you need something to drink? And I said, no, I don't think I'd want any more liquid in me while I was doing it. I should say I do hold the record for the whole of the gym on holding a plank. But it is only 11 minutes, which is slightly different than 4 or 9 hours. I'm sort of thinking sequins. An opened packet would be better. Although those might be quite nice. Yeah, I'm going to use the brushed metallic, which are carried over from the previous catalogue. One of the guys said he couldn't even sit on the sofa for 9 hours. That I could do. Actually, no, I couldn't. It would be far too dull. Right, so let's have... Oh, actually, let's be really corny and do that. And I might even be incredibly corny and do that. Because I'm, you know, it's my card, I can be corny. Oh, thank you, Joanna. But yeah, why you would want to do it for hours, I really don't know. So I've got 2 there. So that's 3. 4. And 5. So I've got my odd number. And I've got a 3 there. I've got a 3 there. So I'm quite comfortable with that. So that is my first card. I should say, Joanna, that the guy who was timing me was deliberately lying. I did say to him, please lie about the time. To be absolutely 100% truthful, my record is actually 10 minutes 58 seconds. Had I known that I was 2 seconds off 11 minutes, I would have held it for another 2 seconds. But he was lying, so I didn't know how long I'd actually done. I do the plank. I do the plank. So, first card, tick. Clean stamps. So let me just grab the catalogue again and show you on page 28. So I've taken this shape, but this card. So it's a kind of between the two. Oh, I like super cool. That's nice. Anywho, moving swiftly on, I'm thinking I might also case this. So let's have a look at that. So what I tend to do if I'm casing, look at it, put it away, and then do my own thing. So we're going to go bright. So we're going white because it's going to be bright. Ooh, and we are going to go bright. So I am going Tahitian Tide. In fact, Tahitian Tide. No, oh no, I need scraps. Tahitian Tide. Are you ready for this? Parakeet Party. And Sweet Sorbet. We are going bright. I said we were going bright, and we are going bright. Now the key to this is the dimensions, and I'm going to grab the catalogue again just to show you what I mean. Shaz, can you deal with this old helmet for me, please? If you wouldn't mind. So I need another colour. So the key to this is to get this spacing right. So this is the one that's important. You need to know what that measurement is. And once you know what that measurement is, you can work out the rest. Actually, let me see if I can sort him out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Shaz is so good. Yes, it wasn't too bad. The first comment wasn't too bad, but I could see other things coming. So, yeah, so this is the important one. And then everything else works from there. So whatever that is, then this gap and these gaps need to be the same. So this is where the maths comes in, and I do need one more colour. So I'm going to go orchid. So as I say, bright. We're going to do it on a white background, so it's all going to be fine. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the piece for the base. So it doesn't actually matter where you cut this, you just need it a size. I'm going to go 2.5 because it feels like a nice size. And I'm going to go 3 3/8 because that's what I usually do. So that's going to be my bottom piece there. Then that's going to be the little piece. That's going to be the square piece. I say square-esque. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so how big is that? So we've got to, this is where I write things down. Let me grab a sticky. So we've got 3 3/8. No, we haven't. We've got 3 7/8. Sad, really, isn't it? This is 2 1/4. 2 1/4. So 2 1/4, which leaves me with 1 and that should be 2 5/8. But I want an eighth between them, so it leaves me with 1 1/2, because that's going to be 4/8. Right, so then from top to bottom we've got 2 1/2. So we've got 2 1/2, and I want 5 5/8 as my total, which leaves me with 3 1/8, but I take an eighth off, so 3. So I need to cut this at 3 inches. Are you following me? Because I'm not. Right, this may or may not work. My maths may or may not be good. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Oh, it's working. Except that's actually going over there. So I've then got, so that's 3 inches. So that's going to be a little bit that sneaks in there, which is 2 1/2, 1 1/2. So this needs to be 1 1/2 inches wide, which it isn't quite. Oh, no, that should be right. 1 1/2. It is. Oh, that's so cool. In fact, that's perfect size. However, don't want that. So what let's find a smallish stamp, because I do need to be able to stamp things onto this. So is that going to be, oh, it's almost like it's planned. Right, so I'm going to stamp love on that and then work it from there. Are you following me? Right, I'm doing tone on tone, so I need Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, which seems to have done a runner. Where are you, Parakeet Party? Oh, there you are. And Tahitian Tide. Right, okay. So I'm going to stamp some stuff. And hopefully it will become apparent what I'm doing to me, if not to anyone else. So yes, it's all a matter of maths. On a day when I can't even tell the difference between one set of initials and another. Right, so love fits perfectly. So I can trim that down, and I'm going to trim it to a sensible measurement, which is 1/2 inch. So that's going to go there. That's going there. So I need, let's go back to my maths. So I had, has anyone got a brain? Because I've let mine go. So that's 3 inches. I'm on this one. So that's 3 inches that way. So that's fine. So I've got 3 inches minus 1/2 inch is 2.5. But I lose an eighth, so it's 2 3/8. Right, I know what I mean. Glad I do, because I don't know that anyone else is going to be following that. So that's 1.5. So I need a piece of card that is 1.5 by 2 3/8. So let's see how wide this is. Okay, so I'm going to cut that down this way. 2 3/8. This is where we discover if my maths works. 2 3/8 by 1.5. Should we see if this works? I've then got to stamp some things that fit in the holes. Right, so that's going to go there. That's going to go there. That's going to go there with its little gap in both directions, and then that is going there. It works. Right, okay, so I can now stamp on these bits. Yay! Right, so we've got love, so that's fine. We need something to fit on that and that. So does the ice cream? No. Okay, we'll be using the ice cream on that. So we can have the pie there. We can have the whatever that is there. That doesn't really fit. Does that fit? That fits. Okay, we have a plan, Stan. So, you've all gone terribly quiet, probably because you're totally confused by my maths, because I am. So, sweet sorbet. So, we're going to have love. We're going to have super cool on a separate piece of paper, possibly. But who knows? Anyway, let's stamp our images first. So, sweet sorbet, whatever that is. Swiss roll of some description. It's just what sort of Swiss roll. Oh, haven't done that for a while. Parakeet party pretzel. And Tahitian Tide pie. Pie, oh pie, pie. Just realised I haven't prepped any of these stamps, which is possibly why they're not stamping brilliantly, but it's fine. So that's that. We then want super cool. Super cool. What although I think super sweet might be better. Super sweet. Yes. Right, okay, I know what I'm doing now, I think. I need to clean my stamps. Just because I need the blocks. I'm going to have a stained one of those all the time now. Right, okay, so what I want to do is stamp these in Versamark so that I can then heat emboss. So let's bring this over. Add suitable quantities of Buddy. Get rid of my pretzel. And then I'm going to go rogue, just saying. I'm not going to continue only casing the catalogue. So let's line up super, and sweet can nestle in underneath. Add those to that. They will then stamp there in white embossing, and we're done, apart from actually sticking it all together. Right, so no, down boy. Load aim fire. Not convinced that stamped terribly well, but we'll see. Can someone just comment so that I know you are still there, because I'm just slightly concerned that you're not. So, heat. I'm going to check on my... No, wrong one. On YouTube. I am still there. I'll refresh the chat in a minute. Right, let me just refresh the chat. Ah, you see, I missed all of those comments. You're there, the same. Hello, Gian. Hello, Mary. Right, the chat just didn't show for me for a while. For some reason, but that's fine. Right, okay, so we need our white card base. It does that sometimes. We need our white card base. I want all messages visible. That's better. Oh, I missed masses and masses. Math not your forte, Deborah. No, nor's mine. Thank you, Brenton, for reporting him. Priscilla's trying to follow. So am I. I'm in a number coma, says Shaz. Okay. Hello, Deborah from Michigan. Thumbs up done. Thank you, Shaz. Thank you. Yes, I got it all. I managed it. You may need to refresh. Yes, which I did. Unfortunately, Shaz, I couldn't see that I needed to refresh. Think the feed is frozen on Liz. Yes, it had. Thank you, Shaz. Yeah, there's always a lag. Right, we're there. Hello, Kelly from Texas. So, card base. I'm going to put all of these on dimensionals. I'm going to tie some ribbon around there, just so that that gap's filled. I may tie some ribbon around that as well, but I don't know. Right, okay, so that's definitely getting ribbon. And it's definitely getting its own ribbon, which is the parakeet party. I'm going to... No, I'll just do it the once, I think. So, I'm going to actually tie it. I'm not going to fudge it. I'm going to tie it. I'm going to tie it in a knot. Let that be said. I'm not under any circumstances going to try and tie a bow this way. That is never going to be a thing in my life. Right, so let's hold that with that finger, pull that through, pull that tight, hold that down, and hope for the best. Okay, I wanted about yay long and about yay long. So that fills that gap nicely. I think I'm going to leave the sweet sorbet. I nearly said sherbet. I love a bit of sherbet. So clear the deck so I can actually see what I'm doing. Let's get some dimensionals going. I am going to need a new pack, but that's fine because I have one. This is going to need quite a lot of dimensionals because I have heat embossed. So I need it to be straightened out, but that is what the edge is for. So let's have a reasonably long piece there. Like the monochromatic style. I know what you mean. Yeah, tone on tone. Thank you, Shaz. That's dead, so let's put that in the bin. Right, this is the key piece. If this goes on in the wrong place, it ain't gonna work. Now, am I the only person who every now and again gets a paper cut on the ball of their thumb and then for the next few days thinks there's something stuck to it? Maybe it's just me. Right, so this is the one we need to get in the right place. So it needs to be straight, which it pretty much is. Let's get that straight because it's not. I'm going to pop a dimensional there for no other reason than to hold that ribbon in place. So I don't need it from a support point of view, but I could have used a piece of tear and tape or a piece of ordinary sticky tape, but I have the dimensionals in my hand. I do want support there. Hate paper cuts. Dog hair splinters. Ooh, those sound nasty. I've had cat fur in my eye before now. One of those really fine cat hairs. Right, so this needs to go there. I'm going to do this piece next, and then that's going to hopefully fit in the space that's left. Let's try not to bite my tongue in the process. I was at, of all places, the Victoria and Albert Museum many years ago, and could not find this thing that was in my eye. So that's going to go there. And then realised it was a cat hair. going to go, so that's going to line up with that, and that's going to line, yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work. If I'm going to get my head in the way, I apologise, but so this has got to line up the base to there and this to here. And hopefully pretty much the same gap in all directions. I'll just dry fit this. Yes, it's going to work. Cat hair splinters in your foot? Seriously? Not good. Mind you, the skin on my feet is so hard that that would be a challenge for anyone. Right, so this has got to line up with everything. Phew! Phew! So there we are. So that is pretty much a case. You only see the splinters in certain lights as they're so small. Oh, okay. Get it. Yes. So there we are. I don't think it needs anything else. Let me just refresh your memory on where we were going with this. And then I'm going to go off piece. Absolutely, Brenton. So it is this one. So it's this one here, mixed with this. So the idea of the heat embossing. I don't want to put anything more on because with the heat embossing and the ribbon, I don't think it needs anything else. So now I've just got to make something up for my last card. I've not used the lolly yet, or I say the lolly, the ice cream. Let me just clean some stamps, mostly super sweet. And thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Priscilla. I have to say most of the work for the colour scheme was done by Stampin' Up, because I work on the premise that if they're in colours, they're going to work together. Thank you, Jessie. So those are the first two. Right, so that needs to go on, no, it needs to go on H block. And I'm still going to put it on slightly skew width so that I don't get all concerned about where it's going. Now I have one of these that was too small. I'm going white again. So I'm going white for the stamping. I need to just prep it. Thank you, Mary. So that's got that. Ooh, should we? Ooh. Ooh. Right, okay. Okay, I have an idea. So we are going to stamp it on white, in white. Yes. Ooh, actually. No, yeah, still there. In white, on white. I'm then going to die cut it using one of those nested things, shapes. But I'm also going to use my blender brush. So this doesn't need to be straight because I'm going to die cut it. Let's give myself some options. Jan likes it when I go off-piste. Can be a bit of a disaster sometimes, but you know. Right, that's not going to fit, so we get our spoon. We try and remember where, oh, it's over there. We try and remember where we stamped, because it's Versamark on white. Interesting. Okay. So at the moment you can see pretty much nothing. See my brain working. I wish. Okay. Want that to be set. Excuse me, I'll just wave that around a bit. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, okay. I'm thinking / hoping that that will fit in there, which it will. Now, you can either die cut first or second, but you get a different look if you're then going to use blending brushes, which I am. So what I'm going to do is I am going to die cut it, and I am going to blend it, then I'm going to blend something else, and I'll show you what I'm going to blend here and die cut that, and I will show you the difference in how the blending looks, which is what we're looking at. Hoping that if I do that, I can more or less use the same piece of card. Yeah. Right, so let's get my boho blue. Oh, Brenton, I saw your post about the boho blue kit. Using the cheese board and heat embossing does not allow for warpage of card. It reduces the warpage of card. It doesn't stop it completely, but it reduces it because it kind of bounces it back up. So yes, it doesn't stop it totally, but it helps. So I'm just going to get this lined up how I want it before I die cut it, because it's likely to bounce. So yes, the new kit. Loving the new kit. Just wish it was available in Europe, which at the moment it isn't. Sorry, it's in the wrong place. That's better. The angle of the cone is the same as the angle of the die. Boho Beach kit, yeah, loved it. It's kind of the wrong time of year for you guys though. I mean, you can dream of beaches in your autumn, I suppose. Or is it, actually, is it winter now? June? I suppose it's kind of winter. Right, so that is die cut. I'm going to leave the bits of paper on. Actually, no, I might. I don't know. I'm going to leave them on for the moment. Brain not working. Right, okay, I need a scrap of paper, otherwise known as small grid paper that we no longer have. I'm going to grab a brush. What colour am I going to do? I might go Orchid Oasis. Just saw a post about the Boho Beach kit. Yeah, winter now. Thought so. I already saw a message from the kit, but couldn't find it. It's not available in Europe yet, Mary. It's caught up in the shipping delays. There is a post in the demo site saying that it's on its way, but not with us yet. So that's Lost Lagoon. Don't want Lost Lagoon. Right. Clean brush. Haven't got a Tahitian Tide yet. That's Pool Party. Nope. Actually, it's Orchid Oasis, but I haven't got one of those either. Right, so I'm only using it because it's here. Right. And I will need a piece of kitchen paper as well. Just saying. Now, you may already be able to work out why I'm saying you're going to get a different look. Depending on whether you emboss whether you die cut first or second. Now, I don't particularly want my fingers to end up Orchid Oasis, so I'm just going to create myself a little fold there so that I can hold that. Now, I'm deliberately not doing that with a piece of sticky tape, because guess what? The sticky tape would take the ink off. Okay, that will do for that. Let me bring this piece in, except actually, wait one. That'll do. So this is an old flannel, which will do nicely for what I now need to do, which is take the ink off the heat embossing before it has a chance to really dry. And then you get a nice pop. I saw a post about the boho on your list, Priscilla. Absolutely, Priscilla. But nearly the shortest day of the year, which means summer is on its way, predicting 20 degrees on Monday, so it will be boat weather. Where are you, Chris? Because we're currently, today is supposed to be about 25 where I am, and that's in Celsius. Right, so I'm now going to just colour this. Obviously it's not heat embossed, but that's not the point of this. This is all around whether you die cut first or second. So I think that's going to be big enough. A bit more. So yes, where are you, Chris? I know there's a lag, so apologies if I'm asking you the same question 3 times and you've already answered it by the time you hear me asking it for the 3rd time. Right, let's pop that back on the shelf. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so Sydney. Oh, okay, so 20 degrees Celsius in Sydney. Wow, that's warm, given that we've got 25. And it's our summer. Right, so let me die cut this. Only just big enough. 23 in the Netherlands. Oh, on the coast, so actually that's quite nice. We're as far away from the coast as you can get in the UK. I think Oxford is almost literally the furthest you can get from the coast anywhere in the UK. So this is colour then cut. This is cut then colour. And can you see you've got darker edges? You can also see the stitching is more well, hopefully you can, is more prominent on this one than it is on this one, because obviously the brush has picked up the difference in the texture. Right, okay, so we need to finish this card, PDQ. So that's that. I'm going to embrace Orchid Oasis. In fact, I'm going to go Orchid Oasis on Orchid Oasis. So there's a card base, there's a spare piece. I'm going to change this slightly. So let's go that way. Yep. So cut my base. You've been down on the beach for every day. Well, yes, but you're near the beach. I'm going to get jealous. Once the crowds have gone, yeah. Well, yes. July near the coast in the UK. Lovely. Right. Okay. Ooh. No. I I had a die out earlier that I'm now thinking, yeah, I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do, but let's have a look because I haven't looked at these yet. These are the Brilliant backgrounds. I'm going to go with this one. I was going to emboss, but I think I'm going to do this. So these are the Brilliant backgrounds. You've got stitching and you've got stitched cross hatching. And I'm going to pop this down one side. Is there a difference? Sort of. So I'm going to go there, I think. Now the main difference between this and an embossing folder is frankly just the sandwich. So because this is a die, not an embossing folder, I just use a standard sandwich. But I do want this to be straight. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it a bit better. So I'm going to line this up on the top and an edge. First time through, so let's see what happens. Ooh, quite like that. Now, is it possible, because why wouldn't I want to change things up a bit, is it possible? It is. I think. I'm thinking, can you line it up so that you can extend the pattern? So what happens if, because I'm wondering if the stitches will just lock in place. Ooh, those feel pretty locked. Where did I put those bits of, there they are. This is either going to work or not. Coming up to a year way, coming up your way beginning of next month. Oh, for the Formula One, absolutely. Where are you? I'm in Oxfordshire. I'm just south of Oxford, in Oxfordshire. We're in a place called Long Wittenham. Do you know, I've never been to Sydney. I've been to Australia, but Western Australia. Right, this is either going to have worked or not. Yes, so Silverstone? Brands Hatch. Silverstone. Ooh, not really. It's fine. So it would work if I had lined it up better. So we're going to do that again. And we're going to get it right this time. It's possible if it works, if you line it up. So I'm going to just do it the once for time's sake. That. And so yes, it's not something to do on camera, I think is the answer to my thought on that. So we'll just pop it, I'm going to pop it kind of there, because then I can have the ice cream elsewhere. So apologies for that. That looks pretty square. So probably the nearest towns to where we are, because we are in a very small village, are, other than Oxford, Abingdon and Wallingford and Didcot. I don't claim Didcot. It's the snob in me coming out, so I'm not a great fan of Didcot. Ooh, those pop out. So these actually pop out with a bit of encouragement. Ooh, this is fun. Right, I've just had a whizzy idea. Okay, so who knew? Because I didn't. So we'll get all these out and then I'll squish them onto the floor, which I do need to vacuum, because I have got a piece of card that is too short to use as a base, so we'll chop it down the side a little. And then I am going to stick that onto there. Bum, bum, bum. I'm about to run out. You couldn't make it up, could you? Silverstone, yes, is near you in Oxford. Absolutely, Jen. May not have worked at the moment, but we gained the knowledge that it does. Absolutely, Priscilla, thank you. It does work, just not under pressure, as Queen would have said. Not the Queen, you understand, but Freddie. Don't you love that these are so quick to change? So this will then stick onto the back, which means we've got white bits showing through. Yay! Western Australia used to be like Sydney, but about to... Oh, that, Chris, that is... There is a reason I have chortled like that. Let me finish reading. We would go to Western Australia every 3 years for sailing. Absolutely. Mind you, the craft shops were good. I loved it. The only time I have been to Perth was because my brother was sailing for 14-foot skiffs. You're staying near Banbury. Not that far. So this is going to be popped up onto dimensionals. That's going to go on top of it. And then I'm going to see if we've got anything white that I can use as embellishment. Don't want ribbon, just saying. So the reason I laugh, Chris, is because I mentioned that I had first cousins once removed and second cousins, who I was staying with when I went down to Perth, and they were £10 poms, and they did warn me that it was going to be like going back in time by 50 years. So yes, hence I laughed out loud. Now with a bit more time I would do a bit more of that blending, that's the word I was looking for. So that's going to go there, and then I'm going to grab things, and what I want is something white. Ooh, those are possible. We don't have a huge amount of white. Those are white. Oh, and iridescent pearls. I'm going to go iridescent pearls. Love an iridescent pearl. I love when you get an idea and ooh, Oh, thank you, Jessie. Yeah, when the brain kind of goes, ooh, I know, ooh. Right, okay, actually I'm going to have to do that because I can't see these. Right, so I'm going to do quite a bit actually, because I can, so I'm going to. Stick. Stick, stick, stick. And I'm not putting a sentiment on, just saying. The sentiment can go on the inside. Yep, that is the right size. So, hey there. Haven't used hey there yet, so let's use hey there. I think it's the only stamp I haven't used. Block. Orchid Oasis. If you could see the state of my desk. 16-foot skiffs. Ooh. Family business and manufacturing most fitting. Mounts Bay. I've sailed at Mounts Bay. My brother and I used to sail competitively. He still does. We used to sail, not together, I hasten to add, for this particular thing. We used to sail international 14s. Together we sailed Fireflies. But, oh, and mirror dinghies when we were really little. But he now sails in a thing called a Lightning, which is a single-hander. But yeah, I think it's one of the reasons that I can do a decent plank, because sailing a Firefly when you've got toe straps and having to lean out just using your core, it's very good training. So there we go. Casing, Off-piste. But yes, I used to buy him boat fittings for his birthday, because his birthday was in May, so it was a sensible time of the year to buy him cleats and things, because that's what you do. Okay, so if you've enjoyed that, a thumbs up is always appreciated. If you're new and don't already subscribe, you can do that by clicking in the bottom right hand corner. If you're watching on the replay and have any questions or comments, those can go below the description bar. And now I am going to flip the camera up so I can say goodbye properly. So thank you so much for putting up with my brain going all over the place. I will crack how to use that background dye so that it actually works. Thank you, Jessie. So yes, thank you very much indeed. We have slightly overrun, but hey, I will have a simple stamping Saturday on, guess when? Saturday. Haven't decided what or how yet. I might use this stamp set actually. I quite like it. Might not. And then I will be back again live on Tuesday. Thank you, Shaz. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. And in the meantime, have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a good end to your week. And enjoy whatever you're doing, wherever you are doing it. So from me, for now, bye-bye.